Star Wars ain't for nobody, you mouth breather. Hello friends, and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily cringe content anywhere on the internet. Promise, swearsies, it's just a fact, and it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up. Today we're jumping into rSlash TalesofNeckbeards. No wait, NeckbeardStories. No wait. Actually, all these stories are from my personal subreddit, rSlash ReddX reads. There's like a lot of tales in there that are pretty good, but they're short. You know, I'm more of a fan of the long videos that I could just read one story and boom, the whole video's done. But there's a lot of smaller tales that do need reading, so that is what I have committed myself to today. I don't know how many stories there are going to be because they're short. It's hard to gauge it. I don't know how much I'm gonna have to say about them afterwards, but we will get through as many as we can within the 20 or 30 minutes that I usually do per episode. So, buckle in, get a snack. No, wait, probably maybe don't. It might be gross. We'll get some plugs and disclaimers out of the way, and then we will dive right into some neckbeard cringe. So our first story today is from user She Who Dances. She's actually written two stories, but I'm going to read the second one first because it seems like a slower way to ease us into things. I've also seen that she's in the comments like patiently awaiting her turn, so today is your day. I do value your patience, and it has paid off. So we have Shipbeard, the ingenious man of infinite breath. Ingenious. Well, that's a good thing to call a beard. I guess we'll see. Gather around the pentagram, children. Your favorite succubus has once again returned to regale you with a story of her past. This one is a personal favorite, so sit down and join the fun. But first, of course, your darling's cast. OP, your darling succubus of a narrator. Mute, absolutely beautiful, if I'm allowed to toot my own horn, and apparently quite approachable. Shipbeard, the neckbeard of our tale. Short and actually quite slim, but with very baggy clothes. Didn't take much notice of them for reasons that will soon become clear. Bro, if you're slim, why are you gonna wear baggy clothes and make people think that you're fat? Like, rock those skinny jeans if you can do it. Lord knows I can't. This took place back in 2019 at a costume party in my area. Oh, see, he was dressed up like a gangster rapper. I don't know. I went dressed as Nice Now from the game Azur Lane. For a bit of context, Azur Lane is a game about the ships of the Second World War turned into anime girls. Oh, God. First we got Hetalia, now we got Azur Lane. There's also Moemon, which is like Pokemon turned into little anime girls or something. It's gone too far, okay? I suppose I would be remiss not to share her design for those curious, so here you go. Here it is, right here. There's definitely something phallic about that. Can't quite put my finger on it. Anyways, the party was going nicely until I felt someone tap my shoulder. I flinched, turning around and suddenly finding myself face to face with a man, or at least an approximate representation of a man. Shipbeard. Hey, I like your outfit. I nodded my thanks, reaching into my pocket to pull out a flashcard that said, I'm mute. When I don't have someone around to talk for me, I usually carry one of these. Shipbeard. That's these now, right? I once again nodded, and his enthusiasm seemed to soar. Little did I know, I had just sentenced myself to the horrors that began to unfold before me. This man rambled for 3 hours straight about ships from World War II. Do you have a flashcard that says, please shut up? I can't take anymore. To his credit, he was very knowledgeable about the ships that he spoke of. To his discredit, he was not very knowledgeable about the discomfort of the girl that he was endlessly talking to. He didn't even take a breath as he talked. His lungs seemed to just have infinite capacity as he kept following me from room to room. He felt like my very own little Jason Voorhees, stalking me and rambling about ships. I was concerned that he would talk to me for the rest of the party, and I wished deeply to get away from this menace of a man. Eventually, I had to dip into the bathroom and just try and wait for him to leave. Nope, he stayed at the door, continuing to talk to me for over 20 godforsaken minutes. She's just trying to have a piss, like, back off for a minute. Oh my god, that is glorious cringe. I just wanted to open a portal back to hell right then and there. Possible consequences be damned. Eventually, thank goodness, he got bored of waiting and finally wandered off. I spent the rest of the night ducking behind taller people and hiding from Shipbeard's gaze. Now, I do always say that it's great to have something that you're passionate about. I got no problem with people that are passionate about World War II ships, tanks, etc. But there comes a point where you are imposing on other people, and that's where I got to draw the line. Now, this guy might have some sort of disability that makes him incapable of reading social cues and the like. And since OP is mute, she literally cannot tell him to go fuck himself. So it's really strange. I guess he took like silence as consent or something like that. But honestly, she's probably like rolling her eyes, obviously walking away from him, and he's still following. Like at a certain point, maybe you just go off and like find somebody else to engage with and hopefully he gets the message. But even the person that you engage with might be even more creepy than this World War II obsessed ship man. It's so weird. I always say, you know, like what you like, do whatever you do, but don't cause other people harm or distress. And this guy clearly was causing some distress. OP having to hide in the bathroom, like, that's really unacceptable. He didn't make a pass at her or anything, but even something as seemingly innocuous as this can be taken too far. And I think that's a good thing to keep in mind. We don't get a lot of beard stories that are this innocent. So I think that's a pretty nice way to open the video up. And now we'll go into She Who Dances' other story that was posted and see how that goes. Tell you from the title, it ain't gonna be as innocent. The tale of Handybeard, the beard who could not keep his hands to himself. Very naughty. Why don't you just talk to OP about World War II ships? She'll put up with that for 3 hours, at least. Gather around the pentagram, children. Your dancing succubus has come to tell you one of her many tales of the men that she has dealt with. Though I guessed we must meet those involved first. OP, of course, myself, with blood red hair, golden eyes, slim body, and very massive bust. I've often been compared to a succubus. I am completely mute and not into men at all. R is my closest friend, partly because we share a birthday. He's very talkative and passionate, but he has a problem with confrontation. And of course, Handybeard. Doesn't really look much like your typical beard, but he sure smells and acts like one. Well, OP, as we like to say around here, it's the beard on the inside that counts. Go ahead and pick that t-shirt up on Teespring. Thanks a lot. He wears an admittedly pretty nice fedora, but he smells like my ex's toilet most days. So since you're not into guys, your ex is, I presume, a lady. Do ladies' toilets smell? I don't really know. I get most of the blame when our toilet smells. But maybe, just maybe, it's something to ponder. Anyways, now let us descend into the infernos and begin this story. This took place around 2019 to 2020. Oh, so it's chronologically correct, even if not the post order. Sweet. A little bit before human malware shut us all inside. I mean, admittedly, I'm a homebody. I enjoyed it at first, but a year plus of it, yeah, I've had enough. I think we've all had enough. R and myself were sitting in a park as he talked about a new idea that he had. He didn't know American Sign Language all that well, so it was usually just me listening or texting him with any questions I had about what he was talking about. Eventually, a man realizes that he cannot talk forever, as much as he would wish to, and so my dear friend had to step away to get a drink of water and use the bathroom. After he ducks inside the men's room, I smell the most unpleasant odor behind me. Describe the odor, OP. Bring the foulness to me. I look around and I see something that I have never seen, even in the depths of the circle of hell that I call home. It was Handybeard. He sits next to me and just starts talking. Handybeard,
I saw you with your boyfriend there. Kinda rude that he never lets you speak and just keeps rambling on about childish things, yeah?
I, dear readers, took a bit of offense to that. R is always doing his best to accommodate me in my condition with his needs, so I shot this presumptuous man a death glare. Handybeard,
I'm just saying, a girl like you deserves whatever a man can give you, especially with these.
And with that, the freak reached out a hand and grabbed at my right breast. Jesus Christ. Just lost any and all sympathy from me. At this point, it's assault. Do whatever you want. Break his arm. All I'm gonna do is laugh. I hope he gets it. I hope he gets it real good. Slay him now, OP! Now, succubi might be known for their lustful desires, but we have standards. That's funny. Don't grab us if we don't give consent. Ever. And that goes for humans as well. What the hell is going on in your head, Beardo? So my rage boiled over. According to R, who was coming back at this time, I grabbed him, still groping me, mind you, and I slammed his face into that stone-ass table that I was sitting at. Yes! He recoiled, shrieking like the damned souls that I see each day on my morning commute. Handybeard,
Well, what the hell is wrong with you, you crazy bitch?
R, hey! What the hell is going on here? Handybeard,
Your crazy girlfriend just broke my fucking nose. This is why you should keep her ass on a leash.
R, sir, I think we should go our separate ways. What kind of response is that? You should have bashed his head onto the table again. With that, R grabbed my arm and we proceeded to book it the hell out of there. Sometimes the most bothersome demons rarely come to hell unless they have something to prove. Yep, assault's assault, like I said. Go ahead, do whatever you want at that point. He should feel lucky that he just got away with a broken nose, dude. I mean, this sort of thing is, to me, like, super outside the realm of possibility because I would never think to sit down and do something like that. But in my heart, I know there are people like this out there. You should probably just carry a switchblade, OP. But like, okay, I'm taking one of your fingers with me then. Honestly, that's probably not enough. The broken nose is also not enough. Them in combination is not enough. Because actions like this can be severely traumatic. Part of me even wants to be big mad at R for just like being like, okay, let's go. But he probably made the right move by just removing you from the situation and not escalating things any further. Although a big chunk of me really wishes that he would have. And that beard would have had it coming, let me tell you. A pair of very nice stories, OP. I do hope that you will share some more with us in the future, although I don't wish any additional beard encounters upon you, but if you've had some more in the past, then do feel free to share, and I'll be looking forward to it. But for now, let's go ahead and continue on into our third story. This is from user RemusR3, the freshest of the bunch, posted only one day ago, and it is a neckbeard tells me all about his cowgirl fetish. Yeah, I guess I could see that. It's not as common as like a teacher or a naughty nun. But I guess it is one of the stereotypical fantasies. Not that I would know anything about that. Wink, wink. So I thought I'd tell this story of my friend the Neckbeard. My friend the Neckbeard. Oh, OP. My sympathies already. Or Swordbeard, as I like to call him. So without further ado, meet our lovely cast of characters. Scar, that would be me. Not me, actually, like OP. Hi, I'm a 16-year-old girl who loves reading and is quite quiet. I'm 5'3", which is short, especially in my school, long brown hair, blue eyes, usually wearing some dark eyeshadow and eyeliner as makeup. I'm pretty skinny for my age, and I do enjoy running and dancing, so physically I am in good shape. I usually dress in a very goth and punk style, dark clothes, heavy boots, and chains. Sick. Samesies, at least when I was 16. Aragorn, my boyfriend of nearly 3 years now. Complete nerd. Yes, he picked the fake name himself. A complete darling and supports me in everything that I do with a lot of enthusiasm. About 6'2", black hair and brown eyes. He's also in good shape, going to the gym 4 days a week and being part of a theater class that I'm also in. He dresses a lot more preppy. Polo shirts, flannels, nice t-shirts, and jeans. Cool, same. That's about me now. What an evolution! Swordbeard is the neckbeard of our stories. I met him my first day at Aragorn and Swordbeard School. He has a lot of sexist views and is very vocal about them. Has the view of women
not being able to like nerdy things like video games and movies.
He should go hang out with Casino Beard. Greasy black hair that's like curtains of spiders' legs. Wow, that's evocative. And dark brown eyes. Acne galore. He is actually really skinny, like stick skinny. He's about 5'8", so he's taller than me, but shorter than Aragorn. Usually wears baggy fandom shirts and sweatpants or basketball shorts with worn out trainers for shoes. Some minor characters involve Nesta, my best friend and common sense radar. Complete extrovert, and will put a creep in his place. And also, she's Aragorn's sister. Legolas, one of my other best friends and Nesta's boyfriend of 6 years. The Fellowship. I see what you're doing there. The rest of our friend group. And now, on with the story. Our old principal loved holidays. Like, loved them. Even the smaller ones that we don't get breaks for, like Valentine's Day and Halloween. Halloween is when this story takes place. Do we really not get Halloween off? It's been way too long, I can't remember it all. I guess it makes sense because it's like, nighttime funsies, but also, what are you going to do if you have school tomorrow? Go trick-or-treat and get all this candy and stay up all night? As soon as I'm president, bro, Halloween is a national holiday. Our principal did not miss a beat with Halloween. Classrooms decorated. Teachers dressed in costumes. The week before Halloween, if you didn't have any work to finish, Halloween movies. Bro, they let you watch slasher flicks at school? I can't think of any other Halloween movies at the moment. They're all sort of grotesque, as Halloween is. Students on the last week before Halloween dressed in costumes as well. Most students didn't actually dress up, they just wore their own clothes. I am one of those. I mean, I like Halloween, don't get me wrong. It's the peak of autumn. Halloween decorations are all over my room constantly, and it's the time of the year that no one questions you watching strictly horror movies. Plus, haunted houses and scare mazes are always fun. Hell yeah, dude, Fright Nights at Universal Studios, bro! Ow! Can't wait to take my fam over there. Even the little ones, I'm gonna leave my kids such a mental scar. That's a joke. It's just a joke, I swear. Costumes, however, were just never my thing. I never liked them, even as a child. I had a massive fear of these mascot costumes, and I'm still slightly uncomfortable around them. So for this Halloween, I just wore the same black dress with different accessories and makeup to perpetuate the illusion of different costumes. One day I was a biker, another I was a zombie girl, another day I was a World War II girl, looking like I walked off a propaganda poster, and then a fateful cowgirl. This was my mistake. To be a cowgirl, I took the usual black dress and paired it with a red and black flannel, buttoning it up at the top and tucking the rest under me with a white belt and boots with a cheap sun hat, and I did my hair in braided pigtails. This is where Swordbeard comes in. Unfortunately, I sat next to Swordbeard in multiple classes, and he wore all black with a shitty Darth Vader mask. I hope it was the plastic one, the ones that's not closed in the back, just a piece of elastic. The flimsiest mask possible. Admittedly, it meant that he could say his heavy breathing from walking 10 steps to class was just a character choice. I walked with Aragorn to class. He was dressed in all black as well, but with a jacket that I'd gotten him last Christmas that was meant to make him look like the Winter Soldier with a black bandana over his mouth. I went to sit next to Swordbeard, who was smelling of axe and misogyny. I got out my notebook to write down ideas for a book that I was writing when Swordbeard, unfortunately, began to talk.
Hey, Scar.
Hi, Swordbeard, I said simply.
You look really pretty.
Thanks.
What are you meant to be?
A cowgirl?
I meant to be Darth Vader. You probably couldn't tell.
Yeah. Obviously, I wouldn't recognize one of the most iconic sci-fi characters ever. I could tell. He just assumes because she's a woman, she ain't never seen Star Wars. That's adorable. Star Wars is for everybody, you mouth breather. Or I guess with the sequel trilogy rearing its ugly head, Star Wars ain't for nobody, you mouth breather. The teacher then was what I thought was my saving grace, telling us that we could all move to go sit with our friends. I quickly stood up and moved to sit on the desk with my friends as the teacher loaded up Saw. Saw? Come, children, let us watch Saw together. Bro, what? It was a 15, so we were fine. Doesn't somebody die in like the first few minutes of Saw? I ain't watched that many of them, but I really don't think that's appropriate for children's. Unfortunately, there were still 2 seats open. Aragorn and I were sat on one end of the desk, and opposite was Legolas and Nesta. But there was another part of the desk where 2 chairs sat next to each other, currently vacant. Until, of course, Swordbeard came to sit at the seat which was closest to me. I think my water bottle shook as he bounded over, like in Jurassic Park and shit. Then he plopped himself down. I think the Richter scale might have classified it as at least a level 8. I was still scribbling random ideas down while partially watching the movie, and I occasionally slid the notebook to Aragorn for him to check over the writing and give his opinion. Then Swordbeard opened his mouth.
I always thought cowgirls were sexy.
Hey, great segue. Total non sequitur. I said nothing, just kind of looked at Nesta to see if she heard that, and by the annoyance on her face, she most definitely did. So did Aragorn and Legolas, because both of them clenched their jaws tightly. Yet, Swordbeard picked none of these signs up and decided to continue.
I have this fantasy that a cowgirl ties me up and rides me.
Okay, thanks for that, buddy. I don't know who the hell asked. It's like that meme format. No one. Swordbeard. Oh, God. I was still in shock. Just complete shock.
I'd love for someone to do that for me.
He's still going. I looked at Nesta, pleading her to shut him up, but she kept her composure until...
Would you do that for me, Scar? I know you're apparently asexual, but we all know it's just a phase, and I can help you out of it.
I grabbed my boyfriend's hand, scared that he might punch this tub of creepy lard, and Nesta is just generally livid. For those that might not know, asexual means you have no sexual attraction to anyone. You can have romantic feelings, but you don't want to sleep with people. I very openly identify as asexual. So yeah, not only was Swordbeard misogynistic, he was also every type of phobic that you could get. Didn't you call him your friend at the very beginning? Yes, the very first sentence. This is your friend? My friend the Neckbeard. Oh, God. You need to strip that friendship title away ASAP. This is not good. Nesta leaned forward and past Legolas, who was the person closest to Swordbeard aside from the empty chair. Her face looked calm, but it was that sort of cold calm that meant if you pushed her any further, she would attack. Now listen here, you little creep. Back off from Scar. She's not single, and she's also not here to fulfill your sick little fucking fantasy. Even if she was single, your limp toothpick dick would do nothing for her. So leave this table before I make you lose the very small amount of breath in your fat-filled lungs. She said it calmly and extremely quiet, but the annoyance was obvious. I think I got a little loud near the end. That's just how I do anger. It's loud as shit. Bah! Swordbeard tried to defend himself. Swordbeard, if you don't leave, not only will you have Nesta on your case, but I will let go of Aragorn's arm and you'll have to deal with him, I warned. In reality, Aragorn is harmless. Nesta is really a lot scarier than he is. However, Nesta is only an inch or two taller than I am and of a similar build, so on the outside she looked a lot more helpless. Aragorn, on the other hand, looks like he could kill you with one punch. Our costumes didn't help either. Nesta was dressed as a character from a book, in a long light pink dress and a flower crown, compared to her brother who was dressed like the fucking Winter Soldier. I swear to God, man, the non sequitur right in the middle of the Saw movie is what sent me the most. He's just like, let me tell you all about this fantasy that I got. And everybody's like, please shut up. But he ain't gonna until he's threatened with violence. Thank God all it takes is the threat of violence in order for him to stop. There are just certain things that you don't ever need to share with people unless they specifically ask. And even then, do it with quite a few reservations. You don't just want to throw this kind of stuff out there and be like, hopefully you guys are okay with this. No, dude, nobody's okay with this. This is what happens when the internet goes too far, you know? Swordbeard goes home, gets on this fetish website, sees everybody talking about getting tied up, and he's like, okay, I guess this is a socially acceptable topic of conversation. And then he brings his kink into a high school, and everybody's like, holy shit, dude. Please tell me no more. Ah, what a specimen. Absolutely glorious. I hope that you will like, comment, and or subscribe on this video. Maybe share it around if you should like. We have quite a few tiny stories in here. Just gives a little taste of what the channel's about. So it might be a good video to share around and get people interested in ReddX. I would definitely appreciate it. I'd also appreciate it if you check out the links in the description. Wifey's channel, Mr. and Mrs. ReddX, the Teespring if you're trying to rock the merch, r/ReddX Reads, where all of these tales came from. And then we've also got my Amazon affiliate link, which currently goes to my microphone. There's social medias down there as well. Twitter, Discord, Facebook. Oh, and my gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful, generous patrons. And I would like to thank them all, but specifically Robert Waits, TSM Kirby, Teddy the Police, Aaron W, Jelly Donut, Fire Drake, Livison, Silent Revolver, Zathras, Zero MMX, Little Lone Wolf, Vanilla Mel, Candy Sora, Aaron Lennox, James D. Cook, JM Coon, Jerry, John Hero, KK, Miss Monday, Mr. J, my boy Nat One Nick, Lady Nix, Katykins, Sidestep, Cider Drinker, Serrated Ash, Siegfried, Staples Yeet, Synaptic Boomstick, Tamago, Tato Ferret, Fusky, Redwind, Leon Embers, John Indoors, A Roxers, Cake Jerry. Remember Jerry? That's a different Jerry. Princess Rosalie, Ghosty, The Last Shinobi, and Zuka, the Maestro. We've also got a couple of new folks joining us today. Oh, it's a big one. 3 new patrons in just one day. A new record! So thanks so much to Rousdower, Straw Hat for Life, and Naga Viper. You guys are absolutely killing it with this Patreon, man. I hope you stop by the Discord. This weekend, I'm going to get in there, have one of them patron-only chats where you can get to know me a little bit better. So that should be pretty nice. Obviously, if anybody else can assist these lovely people in supporting the channel monetarily, that is absolutely massive. I thank you very, very much in advance. But if you can't right now, don't sweat it too hard, friends. I just appreciate you coming on through, hanging out with me, and I hope that you come on back and hang out with me again tomorrow. Because really, the fuse is how my beard stays so buttered. It's the first time I've said that in like a real voice, I think. In order to join us, you need to keep yourself safe out there, wash your hands, but also take some time out and do something that you personally enjoy today. Maybe watching some more ReddX videos? Huh? Nothing wrong with that. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, and you definitely, definitely deserve it. I will see you in the next one. And until then, friends, bye-bye.